What's going on, everybody? It's Jeremy, and I am with Eric July Young Rippa 59, and we actually just recorded like an hour-long episode for the Geeks and Gamers channel that he and I have been talking about doing for a while. And after the recording was over, I mentioned this whole Tim Allen craziness to him, and he wasn't even aware of it because he's been out and about all day. So he just watched the clip where Tim Allen is racist because he doesn't know anything about spades. And obviously there's more to it with like Tim Allen's past comments and things like that. So I just want to kind of, let Eric talk about it and give his perspective. I'm not really sure what he's going to say at this point, but I think that, it's important to hear his side of it, and then we'll talk about it. So you have the floor, my friend.
Yeah, like you said, I didn't know anything about it until you brought it up, and, we're looking at what everybody's saying and what it seems like happened. And for those that don't know, you can go watch the entire little clip, and it's nothing racist about it. It's pretty funny, actually, because towards the Tom Hanks and the interviewer are just having their little conversation, and Tim, because he knows nothing about this, he doesn't gamble even. He's like, do y'all want me to go get a coffee or whatever while you guys have this conversation? Because he's completely out of place in this. The fact that some people would take that to try to make it mean racist things is kind of insane. But what's really happening is that people are reigniting what he had said in the past about the usage of the N-word, and they're just using that, which there's no connection to this at all, because it's not like there's anything racist that take place. It's just people are itching to try to bring them down because of what he said in the past. And for those that aren't familiar with it, what he was basically saying was that if he has no intention on like using it in a derogatory sense and being racist with it, how can N-word be bad? Or more so, these actually saying the N-word out being bad, considering that. And it's interesting on that, because obviously the general thing is like, okay, don't use the N-word if you're not a black person. Even though black people just use it freely in music and whatnot. Now, to me, that's a little bit of a funky situation, because I understand totally why somebody wouldn't say it, right? Like why somebody wouldn't say the N-word because they're not black or anything like that. I completely understand. I don't even want to go down that road. Even if they say it in the most non-harmful way, it's whatever. Heck, what's that chick? It was some white chick that was at a Kendrick Lamar concert, I believe, and she was repeating his lyrics on stage, and she said the N-word. People jumped down her throat because he said it. Now, in those instances, to get mad at that, I'll be completely honest. To get mad at that, I just think it's functionally stupid. I think it's functionally dumb. And this is just me personally.
Well, I just told you right before we went live. Like I used to listen to Tupac.
Yeah, right. To hear it in a song, right?
And so, yeah, I mean, of course, I'd said it along with them.
Yeah, like to hear it in a song and to repeat it and to be offended because I'm ready to repeat it exactly what you said in the song. To me, it's just dumb. I don't care where you're at with that. It's stupid. But I would, just for homework, for all of our viewers out there, for homework, I will go listen to, it's called the Untitled album now, but Nas dropped an album. It's not Untitled. He called it, it was the N-word, literally spelled out with a hard ER. That was the name of the album. The rapper Nas, that is. But he goes through
one of the greats right there.
Yeah, Nas. Yeah. So he talks about like this usage of this word and historically, and he has like these sorts of tidbits and how like you can only be like who was it? James Baldwin had one of his great quotes in there. He was like, "You can only be destroyed if you only actually believe that you are what like a racist considers the N-word." And but what he goes through in that whole like album, really, he's like, no matter what color you are, everybody's a N-word in that sense, because what he was saying is that they took a word that was derogatory, they flipped it, and now they refer it to it just means anything now. Mm-hmm. So I encourage you guys to go listen to that. But nonetheless, I completely understand why a white person, I would advise, like just for the sake of not having to have that conversation, even if you try to use it it's being harmful with it, just stay away from it. You know what I mean? Stay away from it, because as stupid, from an intellectual like standpoint, it logically it's dumb. Yeah. People are getting mad because somebody uses a word that they also use. I get it. It's stupid. Fundamentally, it's stupid. I would say just stay away from it. Just it's not even worth going down that rabbit hole because you already know the history surrounding that word, and now we've already got to this point. So just leave it alone. But I got to reiterate the fact that people are upset at the Spades joint and they're acting like that's racist. Oh my God! Like, have we really got to this point? I know everything's racist these days, but not knowing how to play spades, bro. Like that's where we're at now. Like you don't know. Like the fact that we're even there is actually mind-boggling. I'm at a loss for words a little bit because
and the guy that did where we're at. Well, the guy that did the interview, I'm looking at his Twitter right now. Blogzilla is his Twitter handle. That's at BLOGXILLA. He's got the interview, and he said, first, let me say that I'm super grateful that everyone is enjoying my clip with at Tom Hanks and at OFC Tim Allen. My goal was to highlight the diversity in Toy Story 4, which we do in this clip. I wasn't aware of anything in the past, and he was completely down for my questions. Both Tom and Tim were extremely kind, professional, and candid with me during the interview, and I urge everyone to go watch the full interview, and he all caps full interview. And I just think that this is crazy, man. This is the definition of making a mountain out of a molehill. I mean, this is insanity right here. This is absolutely crazy. And like I told you before we weren't recorded, really what this comes down to is Tim Allen has a target on his back because he's a conservative in Hollywood and he's a Trump supporter. I mean, so he's automatically gonna have a target.
Yep. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. No, I mean, they're going to go finding whatever they can, but it just goes to show that they'll dig through whatever they have to in order to try to bring somebody down in that regards. If they're going to take something as silly as spades, and try to make that some type of racist. The fact that you can even have a racist spin on that is like, oh my God, that is really, really, that's terrible. But it goes to show how insane a lot of these people are and why I don't believe that you should be taking them serious in terms of their positions, because these are not people that are well-intended by any means. They are people that are just trying to tear down whoever they can for whatever reason they can, when they can try to make these connections and try to pin this on them. Like you said, the blogger himself is like, everything's good. To me, that should be enough for us not to even be having this conversation. But it doesn't take much for these fools to just take something somebody said or not even something somebody said. It more so, all right, wait, they don't possess the knowledge to have a conversation about space because they don't play it. Wait a minute, that's a racist. Like, come on, bro. Like, y'all got to cut it out. I think we should be, to be fair, I think we should be calling this stuff as insane as it sounds, because it's literal insanity for somebody to take something and spin it like that. But I think we should be going out of our way to say that it is insane, because it is insane. Because what's happening is when actual racism actually occurs, a lot of people are it's a crying of wolf at this point. Where you got now. Yeah, you gotta vet them now. You know what I mean? Whereas to now, it used to be like we were talking about this before. Like, you call somebody a racist back in the Gap, it meant something, right? It was a strong claim. It was something that people took serious. Now everybody's racist for even reasons that they don't even understand. I saw some stupid article today talking about climate change in itself being racist. So it's like, what the hell? Like, what is this? Like, we've got to this point. So what's gonna happen is that when stuff maybe actually is racist, people are gonna show me more evidence, because I don't believe y'all.
It is truly an insane situation we are finding ourselves in. I do think everybody's going to enjoy our discussion. It'll be broken down into two parts. We kind of got into the culture war aspect of everything. We talked about all of that nonsense. We even talked about Batwoman, and it was a really good discussion. And you're going to see a lot of Eric here on the channel, and you probably see me over on his channel at some point. Absolutely. And we've really become really cool, and I really enjoy talking to him. So if you have not subscribed to Young Rippa 59, there will be a link in the description below. Other than that, Eric, got anything you want to plug before we bounce?
Nah, man, you know it. Young Group of 59. That's the YouTube. You get all the information over there, man. Again, as always, love to collaborate, man. This is going to be fun. We're going to keep doing it because I think a lot of people love to see this type of thing in action.
Definitely, sir. All right. So everybody have a great day. Just remember, if you don't know spades, it don't make you racist. You guys have a good day. And we will talk to you later.